Hi, hello, and welcome to PJs and Pages with Danielle. I'm Danielle, and today I'm going to be doing a unhaul video. Earlier in the year, I talked about how I wanted to go through my books and seriously consider which ones don't belong on my shelves anymore, and I did my first round. Today I told myself I'm just going to pick 10 books from both my TBR and my finished completed books and decide which ones I'm not going to reread anymore and I really don't need on my shelf. They don't have any I don't have an emotional connection to them, and I'm just holding on to them to hold on to them. So first up, we've got The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I saw this book all over Bookstagram, BookTube, Book Talk. Lots of people recommend this series. It's the Dreamland Billionaire series, and it just was not for me. I don't know if I'm burnt out on billionaire romances. Maybe I need to try something else. But I couldn't get into the romance between the two characters. I didn't really love the two main characters. And yeah, it just wasn't for me. So I'm gonna unhaul this one and send it to someone who I'm sure would love to read it, because it is a very popular book and I'm sure somebody would love to have it. The next book is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. This one I actually loved. I really loved this book. I highly recommend it. If you haven't read it yet, please do. It's absolutely beautiful writing. It's one of the first books that I ever highlighted in. Oh, look at that. And I've even marked pages. Yeah, I really liked this book, but I just don't see myself rereading it ever again. And honestly, I could use some space on my shelves. So The Secret Life of Bees has got to go. Next up is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This is another pretty popular author, and I think this is maybe this was her first book. Hold on. Yeah, this is her debut novel, if I'm not mistaken, and that might be why I didn't love it as much. It's not that I didn't like it. I enjoyed reading it. I didn't like the ending. I had some problems with this because there's a constant theme throughout the book about infertility, and the way that it ended I felt was not true to that theme. So yeah, I don't see myself rereading it, and it's not my favorite rom-com, so I'm going to pass it on to somebody who will really enjoy it. The next book I'm giving away, I had to think really hard on this because when I go traveling, I like to collect books. I'll go to a bookshop and get a book, and that's kind of like my souvenir. And when we went to Key West, this was the perfect souvenir because we went to the Hemingway house and I got a book by Hemingway, and it's got the little this, I don't know what that's called. What is that called when they stamp the books? I don't know. It's got that. I read it. All right, someone needed to come and join me because they finished their lunch, but basically, The Sun Also Rises was, okay, get out of the way, please. The Sun Also Rises was a fine book. I don't know that Hemingway is my thing. I don't love the style of writing. I like things that are more lyrical. So I thought long and hard about this because this was my souvenir from our trip to Key West, but the truth is I didn't love this book, and I don't see myself rereading it ever again. So to the unhaul pile it goes. Next up, recently I read This Spells Love by Kate Robb, and I really loved this book. I thought it was great. It's a really cute rom-com, but it's kind of one of those that I read it once, I know the story, and I'm good to go. I didn't love it so much that I think I'm going to reread it. So this is going to be one that I unhaul as well. Next up, we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. If you watched my January wrap-up video, you know that I really did not like this book. I considered keeping it to reread it instead of listening to it because maybe I'd like it more, but honestly I think it would just go up a 0.5 star rating because a lot of the issues I had with this book were plot-based. So don't see the point in holding on to it. I'm going to go ahead and donate this one, and hopefully somebody else really enjoys this book. Also, for my January wrap-up, I've got Next Door Nemesis. This was in the same video that I did This Spells Love, and it was it was okay. It was cute. It was fun for what it was, but it's one of those that's a one and done rom-com. I don't need to reread this at all, so I am going to go ahead and unhaul it. Finally, of the books that I have read before, Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. This is a beautiful book. I do recommend it. There are actually like photos from like circuses past within it, and it was just, I thought it was really well done. I haven't watched the movie yet. I do want to watch the movie, but I don't see myself rereading this. Like, I think it was beautiful when I read it, and I just think it's one of those books that was emotional, and I'm not gonna reread it. I know the story and I'm good to go. Alright, from my TBR pile, I did pull two books. I pulled The Friday Night Knitting Club by Kate Jacobs and Nefertiti by Michelle Moran. Nefertiti I actually got from a little free library when we were in Key West. I never, like, I meant to read it while we were there, but I was in the middle of Outlander, or one of the Outlander books, and I never got around to it, and I keep picking it up to look at it, and I keep putting it down. It's really long, and as interesting as it sounds, it's just, it hasn't caught my attention, and it's been like 5 or 6 years. So I am getting rid of Nefertiti, and same thing with the Friday Night Knitting Club. This was one that I picked up in a little free library. I liked the idea of the Friday Night Knitting Club at the time, but unfortunately every time I went to pick it up, it just wasn't holding my attention, so I'm going to go on ahead and unhaul that one as well. So here is my stack of books to unhaul. Yes, 10 books. I feel very proud of myself. It's hard to let go of books, because if you're a book lover, you kind of want to just hoard them all. I'm a book dragon. I hoard my books. Sorry, my dog is barking. He wants to go outside. He'll go outside in just a second. He has to wait. But yes, I am going to unhaul these books. I'm probably going to put them in a little free library somewhere, or I might donate them to my library to sell in their book sale. But yeah, these books have got to go. It's time to make room for new books, and I'm excited to make space for books that I am excited about. So that's all I've got for you today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!